So folks, welcome back. We are now in Form 5 and we have to try somehow to make things work since we are not able to come out physically. So I am trying my best here to give you all the different processes that we would have been doing in class, and I want to do them in small pods so that it would be easy for you to follow, and hopefully you'll be able to practice at home. If even you don't have a machine, then what you can do is use your hand stitches just like we did for the exam blouse. So I'm hoping that you all will follow on from this, follow on from your textbook, because I am giving you work that coincides with what is in the text. Okay, so we will have the video, I'll speak about it in class, and you have your text to refer to. So hopefully we'll be able to get everything that we need to get done in the right amount of time. So now, before we take too long, I am going to start off with dots, and we're going to do 3 dots. Okay, one is your half dot. Okay, and this one looks like a triangle, similar to a triangle. We have the full dot that looks like a diamond, it's diamond shaped. And then we have a French dot, which is done for fancier clothes, and it's usually done as a bust dot, but from lower down. Usually the bust dot comes from right about the level with the bust and coming across to the point of the bust. This one comes from very low down, nearly down to the waist, and it actually incorporates both the waist dot and the bust dot together, and it looks similar to this. Now it looks weird here, but when we fold off the dot, when the dot is made and you fold it down on the fabric, you'll notice that it comes back to a straight line here, right, with your dot in place. So with that, sometimes you have to have a little shaping. You normally would, when you're cutting out your fabric for that, you'd always fold it first and then cut so that you get that shaping. Okay, so when you finish making up the dot and it is folded away, you'll still have a nice straight line at the edge. Okay, so we're going to start with the first of the dots, and this one is the half dot. Okay, so let me see if I can go, and I don't want to go past like 3 or 4 minutes with the videos, so we will do it in separate videos now. First one, we fold the fabric to the point of the dot in at the end of the fold, and the edges of the dot here matching, so we want to make sure the markings on either side of the dot here, right, on this side and on this side, matches. Okay, you can put a pin in it or baste it to keep it in place while you sew. Okay, I'm going to put a pin in it here to hold it in place. And remember what I said, you always pin across from where you're going to stitch. So you see, I have my stitching line going down here and I have my pins across. So we go into the machine now, place edge of it under the machine, under the presser foot, put the presser foot down, and we start with a few stitches, do the back stitch so that we tie off the edge, and you continue stitching all the way down following the line. And I have this done in black thread so that we can see what's going on. Now when I reach near to the end of the dot, I want to reach out to the edge of the fabric, right up on the edge of the fabric. So the needle now is down into the fabric right on the edge, and I'm turning it straight, and I want to stitch 3 stitches, and now I can turn the hand wheel 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and I get off the edge. Now we don't back stitch on the dot. Okay, you just stitch it off with those 3 stitches going in a straight line instead of the slanted line that you have for the dot. And I'll show you what it looks like here now as I take off the Always cut it with enough string here remaining that we can tie it, because that is how we are going to finish the end of the dart. Now we stitched all the way down here, and right at the edge I stitched kind of exactly with the edge of the fabric, going on about 3 stitches. Okay, and that is to ensure that your dart stays neat and nice when you press it. Now I'm going to tie off the ends here before cutting it. So I tied it into a knot first. Don't pull it too tight. I can cut the top ones because we had a back stitch there, so I can just cut that off. So this will be my dart here now. See that? And the reason why we stitched those 3 little stitches at the end was for me not to get a hole. Sometimes you would see people wearing a garment, and at the end of the dart you will see a puckering right at the end here, right? Because I stitched right on the edge of the fabric, you will find that this would not pucker, and it would be nice and smooth. So I am going to iron it out quickly, just for you to see. And darts are usually pressed towards the center front or the center back. So if you notice, I have the dart pressed against here. So this would have been either the center front or the center back. Okay, so it's always pressed towards either the center front or the center back. You have the dart nicely pressed there. And if you look on this side here, you will see that it comes off to nothing. There's no puckering at the end here. So that is our first dart, and this is our half dart that you use like on a skirt or on a pants, a pair of trousers. Okay, so this is how we do the dart. If we were doing it by hand, it would be very similar. You'll be stitching all the way down here, you back stitch here to make sure you tie it off. You stitch small stitches all the way down here, and when you reach the end, right at the edge here, you make 3 stitches on the edge, right on the edge of the fabric, and then you tie it off. Okay,